Good morning, friends. I wanted to do a pretty quick video on how to cut napkins for decoupage. When you are working with a white napkin on a white background, you don't have to worry as much about that. And even though you still always need a lighter background when you're working with napkins, otherwise the napkins will disappear, there will be times you're going to want to cut the napkin out or cut the image out on the napkin. And if you were to put a white napkin, if you try to cut this and put it over a different type of a background, I have a textured colored background here, you would see all of the white that you left if you don't cut these properly. So I'm going to show you a quick trick for napkin cutting. So first of all, 9 out of 10 napkins are 3-ply. And you want to separate the bottom layer from the other two, that's all. So I have a little dish of water here, and you just want to dip your fingertips in the water. You might even have to rub it on your shirt for a second because you just want your fingertips to be damp. And go to this reinforced section of the napkin and pinch it. A couple of times it might take, or it might take the first time. Now I can see I have the bottom layer right here. There's still 2 napkins here. So I want to pull away the bottom layer. And now I want to take scrap paper. And for me, I love taking these supermarket flyers. And what I want to do is take a pair of large scissors first and just cut this. I'm cutting the seam off here so that I now have quite a few sheets. So napkins are very challenging to cut if you just cut the napkin alone. We want to make everything manageable, make it a lot easier to cut. So I am going to paste this part, and you want to make sure you're using repositionable glue. So you get these repositionable glue sticks. I'll have links down below the video. And you want to make sure you put it on the paper, never on the napkin. And I know this is about the size of my flower, so I'm going to make sure you get the edges. Put a bunch of this repositionable glue down, and I'm going to put my image over that area that I just pasted. And to make it a lot easier, I'm going to cut away the excess. So using the larger scissors, I cut out the excess because it will make it much easier to cut this way. And then I want to take these small curved scissors. And the reason for that is whenever you're getting into small spaces like this, it's quite challenging when you're using a large pair of scissors to get in there. These small curved scissors are perfect to do this cutting, and because we've pasted this to a piece of newspaper, you can now begin to cut around the edge. You can cut your napkin and get as exact as you would like, and it can take some time. Or what I like to do, because it looks a bit more realistic anyway, is I hold this. Now I'm right-handed, so I assume you would just reverse this if you're left-handed. And I take my non-dominant hand and I kind of move the napkin just a little bit here and there. And you'll notice that I am then cutting away a little bit of the actual pattern. So you see how the napkin has a little bit of the white on there? But what happens is, this is still a very realistic looking petal. So this way you don't have to get all carried away with being so exact. I used to use a magnifying glass with the light on it and take forever. Now I'm doing this in real time so you can see how long it takes me to cut this. if you want to get rid of an edge like that, let's say you want a nice rounded flower, you don't want that flat edge, just go ahead and cut out the shape you want. So let's just get rid of that hard edge, make this look like a regular petal, and there is our image. Pretty quick, easy to cut, and again, dip your fingers back in that water and you'll probably have the reinforced edge. Go ahead over and again pinch that reinforced edge and carefully pull the napkin away from what is not only the piece of scrap paper, but that second layer has now stuck to that, and this is just trash. You throw that away, you've got your napkin, and you're all set to go. And that is how I cut my napkins. I've been doing this for decades. That is the fastest way that I have found to cut the napkins. You don't have to be too concerned about getting them cut exactly. They still look perfect. The edges still look perfect. And all you need to do is make sure you're using a piece of scrap paper, the top 2 plies of the napkin, and this repositionable glue. All right, guys, that was one of my fastest videos ever. I will be back next week with a decoupage project. This week's been quite hectic. So I'll be back next week with the decoupage project. Don't forget, Upcycle with Decoupage is over on Facebook. If you go over and like and follow the page, Facebook will notify you every week when I put a new video out, because that doesn't always happen here on YouTube. You can click the notifications. Thank you for all of your likes. Subscriptions are huge. The likes, the comments. Thank you so much, you guys. And I will see you next week with another video. Bye-bye.